that's why today we're going to talk a little bit about thinking like a spy. Thinking like a spy. Sun Tzu, the author of The Art of War, a war stratagem thousands of years ago, said that in order to defeat our enemies, the dumpster divers, the hackers, whatever it might be, we have to be wise enough to understand them, to see the world through their eyes. That's why I like the metaphor of a spy versus a thief or a criminal, because a spy is trained on stealing information, on stealing data, knowledge. Thief steals hard goods. Not only does a spy learn how to collect information, but they also learn how to protect it on the other side. So they come at this whole information equation from both sides. They see the entire world of protecting information. Now, if you were to, you don't know anything yet about thinking like a spy, but if you were to apply just what you bring to the table here of thinking like a spy to that question I already asked, what one person in the world does a spy trust with their personal information? Themselves. Themselves. And that brings us to a fundamental underlying concept of all of this protection. Trust me. Say that out loud for me. How come you're laughing? She doesn't trust me, right? Not trust me, trust yourself. Trust yourself. Research shows over and over again that our greatest hurdle in all of this is that we don't listen to the voice in our head that says, I'm not sure I should be doing this. We don't trust our instincts. That self-trust, that inner trust, is the basis of all confidence, whether it's about who you are as a person or about what you're protecting information-wise. Self-trust first. All of the energy radiates from that. So how does thinking like a spy actually work? Well, in the books I go through all kinds of mindsets that help you in work, on social media, with smartphones, with trash, whatever it is. Instead of going through all of those, I want to give you 3 traits, 3 characteristics that we see. I call them the 3 I's, that we see in spies, that we see agents being trained on, that we see people who are very good at protecting information. They do these things naturally. And the 3 I's are instinct, inquiry, and initiative. Instinct, inquiry, and initiative. Incredibly powerful framework for protecting all of your information, regardless of what platform it's on. So a spy is first trained to have this instinct, this privacy reflex, that they almost can't help themselves. Anytime somebody requests information, they have an instinct. It happens without them. It's usually a silly device. It's usually something visual, something that you can remember very easily. And the trigger, as it's called, is what we're going to use today. The particular trigger we're going to use today is the one that Charlie brought up for me in the bank, which of course is hogwash. Say that for me. Hogwash. Or we've got the Disney version. Hogwash. Hogwash is not about paranoia. Nothing here is meant to generate massive amounts of fear. If you're taking steps, you don't need to be fearful. Hogwash is about professional skepticism. It's about information skepticism. I'm not sure what you're feeding me here in this trough. I think you're full of a little bit of hogwash. I need to do a little bit more research. So for example, if you get one of those emails from a credit union and it says, click on this link and update your account information or we will cancel your account, your reflex is hogwash, right? You know the phishing email scams that plague all types of financial institutions. They're trying to scare you. They'll cancel my account, I better do this, right? Let me use an example of hogwash in a live example so that you can see how it's applied as the first step in this 3-step process. Michelle was a case study of mine for my first book, For Stolen Lives, and Michelle walked into her gym, the Stanford University gym, up to her locker where she changed into her workout clothes. She put her street clothes, her cell phone, and her wallet in the locker, closed it, and locked it with a combination lock. A spy, or somebody who had been, I'm sure, filming on an iPhone her combination in the days prior, opens the locker, takes out the cell phone, flips it open, hits a few buttons, closes it, puts it back, grabs the wallet, closes it, locks it, and leaves. Michelle comes back from working out, changes into her street clothes, grabs her cell phone, goes for the wallet, it's missing. Certain she left it in the parking lot or in the car, she heads for the parking lot. As she's walking to the parking lot, the phone rings. Michelle, this is Wells Fargo Bank. We have every reason to believe somebody is trying to cash out your account utilizing your debit card. By any chance, has your purse been stolen in the past couple of days? Not in the past couple of days, in the last 20 minutes. You've got to help me out. I've got my Social Security card, I've got my checks. Hang on, Michelle, we're going to make you safe. We're going to make you safe, but we need to hurry. So that I can verify who you are, Michelle, I simply need your Social Security number. Hogwash, right? But like 90% of us, when you're in the heat of the moment, when the social engineer, the manipulator, the fraudster is flushing cortisol through your brain because of what they're saying, you're not thinking rationally, you're acting like flight or fight, you give it, right? 90% of people. So Michelle gave it. Fantastic, Michelle, we will shut down that account. I just simply need your PIN number. Hogwash. But again, we think we wouldn't give it, and yet most people still do give it. Simply because she didn't know, hang on, I gotta think about this for a second. Hogwash, I'm not certain. Now, Michelle's account was emptied of $28,000. Of course she got it back, right? Because she caught it quickly. Bank never got it back, right? It was someplace overseas in no time. Her driver's license was used to set up a new driver's license in California and to steal 6 rent-a-cars from Alamo Rent-A-Car in 6 different states. And Michelle spent the next 2.5 years and $320,000 defending herself state by state because there is no federal jurisdiction over this crime. You fight it in whatever precinct it happens. Just because she didn't know to slow it down. It's not about a checklist. It's about common sense.
Partners Federal Credit Union is federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration.